arthritis. I'm bored. What plaything can you offer me today?
Hey guys, it's Joe at Drone Productions. What I have here is the F-15 Eagle 64mm EDF.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
It has AS3X and safe. Everything is laid out. We're going to get this thing set up and we're going to sit there and work on the build. That is going to be next. We're going to put on the wings, okay? And there's a carbon fiber rod. We want to put in our carbon fiber rod. And then we are going to put it in. It's not a real thick carbon fiber rod. And we are going to have to push this in and make sure this is all lined up. So, see there's holes there and that hole there. A 2mm. And we're going to use these screws right here. And I'm just going to put them in there one at a time. Now, see, it's feeling like it's biting now. I'm going to make sure this gets tight in there on this wing. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other wing. Same situation, okay? Okay guys, we got the wings on. Next is plug in the aileron plugs. And we want to make sure we have what we call brown on brown, like there again. So we're just going to plug these in, and you do that to each side. They are going to lay inside this area right there. And put the horizontal stabilizers up. You see the gray to the gray, the white to the white over here. And we are going to glue all the surfaces with CA. And we're going to put it on this side. And let's turn this over and see what we got. You know guys, what I like to do, you see these seams right here? I just like to put a little glue in the seam. Give it a little extra strength. We're going to put on the rudders. And they go on here. They go in this area here, very simply. And they get pushed into this area right here. One there. And always test fit them. And one there. And decals outside. Push this in. This doesn't dry up. Hold on, I gotta get it in there fast. There we go. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put a little CA around the seams once this looks pretty aligned. They're all glued on. I did a little tack weld in there. Stay on really nice. Okay. Now we have the bombs. So each one of these goes on there and we put some CA. There's no left, there's no right.
That's enough.
What do you think? They're on there? Okay. The bombs are going to go on the front of the plane. Put these in there and click them back on each side. They're just going to slide back in there. And that's it. That's the bombs. We're finally going to put on our wheels. These wheels need to face forward. So there's no left, there's no right. You put them into this slot there. And it's really easy to identify is this plate, which is going to cover this area here. Okay, there we go. There we go. You just have to pop it in there like that. And you get yourself a small Phillips head screwdriver. And tighten them up. All right, we're going to do the same thing for this side. Okay, so we got the wheels on, the rear gear. Put the front gear on right there. And that's the build. That's the build of the F-15 Eagle 64mm EDF. Okay guys, what we're going to do, the radio transmitter set up on the F-15 Eagle 64mm EDF. Inside the manual calls for a timer of 3 minutes. And over here, it's quite simple. There's not a lot to do with this. It's basically dual rates set to 100%, low rates set to 70%. Servo travel, 100%. Auto cut to 130%. Just leave it at 100%. You'll be fine. There's no issue there. First thing we want to do is we want to grab our NX8 transmitter. That's what we're setting this bird up on. We're going to turn that on. Then we want to go to, we want to sit there and hit this button here. This is a scroll. And we go all scroll down to system setup. And we want to get out of disable RF. The next thing is we want to go to model select. And we want to add a new model. To create a new model. The next thing is model name. Model name over here. We have to name a name because it's an acro. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name it to F-15 Eagle. Okay, we got it named F-15 Eagle. Now we want to back out. Go right back out to the main screen. Now we're right here. The next thing is we want to go to timer, because see the timer right there is 5 minutes. We want to set the timer to 3 minutes. And we can adjust that because we're probably all going to go over that. Click down there. A little tricky. And one time inhibit active. Okay. Then we want to go to next. And next. And we want to set timer events alerts. Okay. This is all personal preference. This is entirely up to you. 1 minute. Tone. Okay, I would like to sit there and put that to voice. We're going to inhibit 30 seconds and 20 seconds. We're just going to inhibit that. 10 to 1 seconds. I'm going to set mine to voice. Expiration. Voice. Every minute countdown. We're just going to leave it at tone. Okay. There we go. Back out to the main screen. Throttle cut assigning to switch H. So we want to click back on this button right here and go to throttle cut, and we have to inhibit it. So we highlight it. Now we're on H. Very good. If we have it on 0, we have throttle up. And if we go back to, we switch it back over, the switch over here to 1, we have no activity whatsoever on this part right there. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is go to dual rates and expo.
Laser down! Down! The brake! Hold the right handle!
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
I'm just going by the manual. We scroll down, we go to dual rates and expo. We have to assign a switch right here. I'm going to assign mine over here to F switch. So I'm going to just scroll down here, highlight that, and switch is on. Okay. High rates are already on 100%. We're going to switch down to low rates, and then we're going to change this and scroll this down to 70%. And this is on aileron. So high rates, low rates. See how that graph changes? Okay. Next thing is I want to go up to elevator. All we have is an elevator. That acts as the rudder also. We have to assign a switch. Highlight it. Switch. See how it's changing right there? Switch is assigned. High rates are already at 100%. And low rates are going to get changed to 70%. That's according to the manual. Now you can set your expo, you can do all sorts of stuff in there. That's up to you. I'm just going by what it says in the manual. And that's simply all that has to be done with setting that up. Now we're back to the main screen. The next thing is, what I like to do is I like to change this little picture right here.
Let's get some pictures. I want the one of the
This is a jet. Alright, so let's see what they offer for a jet. We have to go out to system setup, get out of there, and aircraft type. One wing, one. You don't have to change nothing on this setup right here. Everything is good there. Click on down here. Everything is good there. You don't have to worry about that. Everything is set. We're going to click all the way, scroll all the way over till you highlight the picture of the plane. Now I'm going to sit there and see if we can find something that looks like an F-15. I'm just going to sit there and pick this one right here. Back out of there, back all the way, and see that changed there. That is it for the moment. Okay guys, what we're going to do is we're going to bind up the transmitter to the plane. This is a little tricky. I'm going to try to do this on camera the best I can because there is no bind switch. They give you a bind plug that's here, but there's no bind, there's no bind actual plug. And I got it wrapped down there to clear off these servos. So down inside here, there's a bind plug. And you will have to push that bind plug because normally you have the plug. It's so much easier. You plug the plug in, you plug the plug out. And what I'm going to do is I have to do this with two hands. I have to hold this, sit there and hold in this bind plug, put it in, plug in the battery at that time. At the same time, what you want to do is you're going to keep your finger on this bind plug and you're going to push in the bind button on the transmitter. And this is where I have to do this. I'm sorry. Do the best I can. You hold that in and you hold that, turn that on, and it says binding.
DSMX 22 milliseconds. Telemetry. Bind complete.
Alright, so it's wagging. It's all set. That's pretty much the way you do the binding of this. We'll just do the control surfaces. We got the ailerons, everything. Rear stabilizer, rudder, it's all set up right there. Rates are set on F.
High rates.
We also have our throttle cut here. And make sure our throttle cuts down so it doesn't take off on us.
Throttle cut off.
Throttle cut off. Throttle cut on.
Cut on.
And we got safety.
Safety switch off. Safety switch on. Oh my God, the automatic pilot, it's deflating!
Alright, so it's safe on. Just going to flip the plane over, show you how it wags. Don't grab so much in here. This is really, you know, with jets, you have to be really careful. And flip this over. See? Safe. Trying to auto-correct itself, so if you get in a tricky situation, it's going to go back to the most leveling area. You have AS3X when you turn that off.
Safety switch off.
You're going to throw on the canopy. Nice and secure, magnetic. They got the tape on there. The next thing is I want to do a little engine test. I'm going to hold the plane like this. Just want to hold it up here. Turn off the throttle cut.
Throttle cut off.
A little hovering around. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. See how I'm holding it? Alright. That's cool. Just sit there and give a little thrust. Alright guys. So, overall, that's the F-15 Eagle from Horizon Hobby and E-Flite. Looking nice. It's all set up. So that's it for me. Drone Man Productions till we get out there on the first flight. And we're going to fly this bad boy and get some nice little flying out of it.
Clytus, I'm bored. What plaything can you offer me today?